We are not a keyboard channel. I am not even a keyboard enthusiast. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. And I think many of you do too. I think most of you are just like, look, you push a button, it goes up on the screen. Mechanical keyboards, as long as you've got some adjustable debounce in there, most people I think just really don't care. And then there's those that do. And I'm probably gonna trigger all of you today. Meet the Athena M4M from Gamdias, a compact micro tower built for gamers, creators, and anyone who wants big performance in a small footprint. Right out of the box, the Athena M4M makes a statement with its mesh front panel, a sleek RGB light strip, and 3 pre-installed Notice M1 fans, all tied together with an 8-port fan hub and a PSU extension cable, making it for an easier build. The build quality is rock solid. Modular detachable panels with clasps and thumb screws make every section easy to access, and its minimal design fits perfectly into modern setups without taking over your desk. But airflow is where the M4M really shines. You get a perforated mesh front, side, and top dust filters, and a front-mounted PSU layout that keeps cables out of your cooling path, and pair that with the BTF motherboard support, your build looks clean from every angle. For cooling power, the included Notice fans deliver smooth, quiet airflow, and the case supports up to 9 fans total. And yes, the compact tower handles dual 360mm radiators, top and bottom, giving you water cooling potential, normally reserved for much larger cases. And despite its small size, compatibility is huge. GPUs up to 395mm in length, M-ATX motherboards, and PSUs up to 150mm, the Athena M4M gives you the flexibility of a full tower and a footprint that fits anywhere. The Athena M4M, small case, massive potential. You know what would probably be the most unfortunate type of enthusiast to be? A sock enthusiast. I say that because I'm sure there's some nerdy group of sock enthusiasts out there that's all about thread count and seam location and should it be angled so your long toe isn't stretching the fabric. I'm sure this is a real thing, and I'm sure one of you right now are like, I'm one of those people. I'm sorry. We don't choose what we're enthusiasts over, but I can tell you this. Keychron is a brand that I wasn't even on my radar until my daughter asked for a Keychron keyboard for Christmas last year. And now we have Keychron everywhere because 1, Micro Center sells it. 2, I feel like they're very good value for their price to performance. Many of you have agreed with that. Like Keychron is like by far the most enthusiast grade consumer product you can get, right? So unless you're gonna start getting bare PCBs and customizing everything how you want, people have told me Keychron is one of their favorite brands because it supports all of that, but you can buy it fully assembled. And then if you want to switch out all your switches and such later, that you can. So this is the keyboard that I forgot how heavy this thing was because I haven't picked it up in a while. This is a keyboard I've been running for quite a while. This is basically the Keychron K10, I believe it was. I can't even remember the model number, but I liked it because it's heavy enough to club seals. So they came out with this recently. This is the Keychron Q6 HE 8K. We already talked about the Hall effect before. Hall effect stuff's pretty neat. I'm not gonna go into the software inside of that again. We've already showed that before, so we'll put a link in the description below. That way you guys can go and watch that. But the Hall effect switches are kind of like the next evolution of mechanical switches, where instead of just hitting an actuation point, whether it's by breaking a light beam as an optical switch or having an actual flipper in there that's a mechanical connection switch, it knows how far you've pressed something down. So kind of like moving a stick on a controller, you can kind of fine tune the amount of movement you get out of that key. And that's specifically for like gaming and such. So you could actually, for the first time ever, using a Hall effect keyboard, play a racing sim where if you push the switch down slightly, you get slight amount of, and this is obviously if you're not using a controller. I think most people would still use a controller for racing sims, or obviously a cheap steering wheel I think would be better than a Hall effect switch, but this is an example of what you can do with it. You can push the switch down partially and get partial turn on the wheel. If you've ever played any sort of racing sim on your PC and watched a replay as you're going through the turns, the wheels are doing this because you're like pushing right, and every time you push right, it just goes full lock every time. So your wheels are looking all stupid, but now you could actually dial that in. So Hall effect is kind of like the next evolution, obviously, of the mechanical switch. This just happens to be their 8K version, which they just came out with recently, which is an 8,000 hertz polling rate. But they have something else that they said, hey, we wonder if you want to take a look at it. I'm like, sure. It's a 75% wireless magnetic switch keyboard. And it's very heavy. The whole scale was like, ah! So we'll get to this one in a moment, but this one is a full copper construction. And I really hope it's durable because, in fact, it arrived in shipping trying to bust out of the box. That means it clearly got like in a packing container or something, just like it wants, look at that, it wants to slide out right there. But we'll start with this. This is just a, I forget which one this is. This is the K10 Pro. So mine was probably for sure a Q6, this one here. I can't remember what the model number of this one is. It's been too long, but about two of them. One's one I'm running at home too. This is a more standard keyboard. It's a plastic frame, mechanical switches, which they use their own like the Gatoron switches and whatnot. But I want to show you the weight comparisons between these two. What I like in a keyboard is a heavy keyboard. I don't like it sliding around when I'm playing. Now, obviously it has the rubber feet. It's got 1, 2, 3 on the bottom there. Little nubs on the side, or if you flip out the feet, there's rubber, and then there's 2 feet that flip out for different, different heights, right? Basic stuff. It's wireless, it's RGB, it's mechanical, it can do Bluetooth, it can do its own 2.4 gigahertz connection. But yeah, in terms of weight, this one's pretty simple. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll go kilograms. Sure, why not? Boop. 1,500. Sure, 26, 34, that much. Okay, wait, wait, is it gonna fat shame me? I moved the floor. Zero that out. Let's try that again. 1,540 grams. Sure, that seems pretty. 1,540 grams is what we're sticking with. This is the one I've been using. 2,120 grams. I guess I should go ahead and support American audience here. 3 pounds, 5 ounces. 4 pounds, 9.8 ounces. Sucker's heavy, right? It's twice the weight of this guy. The crazy part is you have to keep in mind when we weigh the copper one, which there's only a handful of them in the world, there's not very many. It's a 75%, and these are all full 10 key, okay? So keep that in mind. If weight equals quality,
so you went down in quality over the years?
but I'm still up in quality versus the average male. Ooh, 5 pounds, 10 ounces. It's more heavier than mine. I like this. It's a new colorway for them too. It's like a dark gray with the black and then the kind of a violet-y color. I like this. I might. Ooh. Has a nice sound to it. That's the other thing too, mechanical keyboard nerds are like, the sound. The one I have now. These are more like, I forget what the style's called, Phil, you know, the more like old typewriter-y.
Yes, yeah, I think it's called.
Yeah, so they're taller. They're definitely heavier. And then there's the cheaper one. You can tell the sound difference too between them. Like it doesn't feel like cheap quality, but it's like, they get better as you go. Okay. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but for a keyboard, I was having fun in the office. I'm like, hey guys, check out my new keyboard. And I'm doing the whole like Anton, whatever his name is, Anton, the gym cleaner guy that's like a world bodybuilder, but he always freaks people out with his mop.
The mop, is it okay?
So I was like, hey guys, check out my new keyboard. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? Dude, it's literally busting out the package. Like I'm not even opening it. Okay, I'm gonna go that side down. It's like exploding itself out of the box.
Oh yeah, it's gonna pour the actual box open. That's crazy.
Jeez.
What happens when you make a keyboard out of adamantium, apparently?
If Wolverine was a keyboard, look at this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we get matching color. Extra keycaps.
Cool, I like that match.
I wish the keycaps were metal too, but could you imagine how strong the switches would have to be? Like the springs, the returns? Why do I feel like Moses right now? The 10 keyboard commandments. Or the 8, because they're not even, right? 5 and 10 and, wait. I like the gold looking key. Like this really doesn't, it's a gold color, but it's copper. Like the whole frame and everything is full copper. 8 pounds, 15.8. Let's just call it 9 pounds. There. Okay, Phil, you know how much this keyboard is?
I want to say 250.
This was 250.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like 199 or something. It's 500. It's $500 for this. But there's also a very few of them. There's no feet. Probably because they were like, you know what? Foldable feet will only collapse on themselves under the weight of this thing. It's literally like handling a gold brick. Okay, I want to open it because I'm really curious as to what the inside looks like because it has to be more than just a metal body, right? Oh my Lord. Okay, that's where the battery plug. Careful, Jay. Okay, that's much harder to handle than I expected. Okay, I know where most of the weight is. I'm so disappointed by this, by the way. As somebody that uses it in wireless mode, you could certainly have gone with a bigger battery. Dude, look how heavy just the bottom plate is. The bottom plate is as heavy as the other keyboard. Actually, the bottom plate is heavier than like...
Oh my God, by over a kilogram heavier. Yeah, holy crap.
Actually, it might be heavier than my keyboard that I like so much. Let's just call it 2700. Yep.
The plate for 75% is heavier than Jay's entire full-size keyboard.
Which is metal, all metal frame. Okay, so there's the insulator frame. That's the antenna right there. I can undo that, I guess. Okay, so that's the keyboard, essentially. Dude, I wonder if they were to come out with like a super light version like this, a travel keyboard. But I like how it's all isolated with the rubber like this, because the other ones I don't feel like were nearly as isolated. And just the top plate, it's just almost 900 grams, 850. Jeez. It's like just the frame. Well, they said they made it out of solid copper. Now, copper is a fairly heavy metal, but man, could you imagine if they made this out of gold, how heavy this would be? And the price, we thought 500 was a lot, but this looks like the color of raw gold too. That's what I like about it. Like unrefined raw gold. Okay, well, I guess I should put it back together and make sure I didn't break it. All right, it works. Oh wait, I was pushing Option because it comes with the Mac keys by default. So every Keychron keyboard comes with like a toolkit and such and spare keys and whatnot. This is the same as everything else you guys have seen. It comes with a keycap and a switch puller. Comes with an adapter for USB-C to USB-A. It comes with a wireless dongle because they are wireless. I guess I should go ahead and change the keycaps to Windows right now though. So let's see, there's our Windows key, or also known as our spyware key. See, because these are technically like a painted key, I'm wondering how much before they start to scratch, you know what I mean? Like showing using the keycap puller. So yeah, you get some other keys here. Like, I'm wondering how many they really sell for Macs versus Windows for it to come default Mac out of the box. But anyway, other things that you get with it, I already showed you. We get this gold paracord USB-C. Has USB-C to A adapter already on it. I think this should have been black, personally, because it doesn't match the gold perfectly. It's just more of like a canary yellow. Like, it still would have fit the theme. You know what I mean? But that's easy enough to change to literally just any other USB-C cable that you want. So you get some spare of the gold screws that go inside the keyboard. You get a couple of the frame screws, you get 4 spare feet, you get the actual screwdriver, and then you get additional rubber, because you saw how the outsides had like the rubber isolators or dampeners in them. So you get some spares of those as well. Because Keychron is all about modify, service, upgrade, make changes. Like you could totally switch out all of these switches for something else in the future if you wanted. Anyway, there you go. Oh my God, every time. I just wanted to take you guys along for the ride for probably one of the most ridiculous keyboards I've ever seen. You know, I'm gonna put this in my room, in my office, and I wanna hang my gold play button right by it. The golden keyboard. For the golden. This guy's heavy.